Indonesia is not authorized country as India, the Philippines, Taipei, and China. So with this availability should help moving our horses here together more sufficiently. Because you want charter to bring 6 horses just to charter a wide body aircraft. So this is something that, will help us with the Asian Games, and we really appreciate as a host. But also we need to do also our homework, especially for those countries who wants to bring their horses to Jakarta next year. One, especially those unauthorized country, because even, for example, like India, you want to send horses to our country, you have to go, for example, to Malaysia or Singapore. Transshipment in those countries may not be as easy as you think. Yes. Like Singapore, even if the flight's on board, if you are coming from an unauthorized country, you cannot stop in Singapore. So this is something that we need to, I need also countries to do their homework and see whether it is feasible for them to move the horses. I remember that in Guangzhou, we have experience for our horses who were competing in Australia that they couldn't go directly to Guangzhou. They had to go to Malaysia to do a quarantine, I think about 21 days back then in 2010, before they could go to China. So this is something that we will discuss, but especially those from the unauthorized country that need, we need to communicate better and see what would be the best way, to move horses from their country. But it is workable. Okay, thank you.
But why can't do the quarantine in Indonesia?
Okay. There will be no quarantine in Indonesia. Basically, the venue will be the core venue. You do the quarantine at your country of origin. For example, in Qatar, because Qatar is authorized country, you can do the quarantine in your country, and then once you get into Jakarta, you go directly to the venue. No problem. Even for Europe.
Yeah, but I mean for the others, what you say, they should stop in Singapore or Malaysia, and then they fly to Jakarta.
Sometimes those countries do not want to have, for example, like Singapore. If they are not coming, because like Singapore, they protect their racing industry. Because they are one of the few countries in Asia who can send horses to Australia and New Zealand. So that means if the horse even just remain in the aircraft, they won't allow it to transit and go to Jakarta.
I describe it. It's going to be like bubble to bubble. It should be the origin should be a quarantine approved by OIE. Means like Turkmenistan now they have a approved OIE quarantine, so some countries will go to Turkmenistan, some countries they are not authorization. So the other countries will go to another quarantine around the Asia or even in Europe, and the other that they have authorization, they will go directly to Jakarta. But anyway, if like Iran going to Turkmenistan and planning for the quarantine 21 day or 36 day or something, then after that they can fly directly to the destination, which is Indonesia. So they should have in advance quarantine before the Asian Games. This will be the system. Thank you.
Yeah, they can do it at their own country. But this again depends on the EU, approval. Because we are protecting those who are coming, because most of the horses will be coming from Europe. So this is, or authorized country. So this is still possible, but it is a work in progress.
Well, thank you very much. There any question about it? Or maybe we can let it for the next. Do you remember? Is this it? If there is any new question, if we want to discuss anything, because actually we reached to the end for this meeting today.
Mr. President, thank you so much for hosting this meeting. I just would like to thank the Asian Equestrian Federation for mentioning the tent pegging sport, which is more getting popular into the Asian countries, not just in Asia, but it's also, in fact, in the world. As everyone knows, probably there's a federal tent pegging, international tent pegging for this game already, and it is actually based in my country, in Oman. And we have so many participations happening in Oman, as well as in other countries like in Pakistan and India and some other international countries, which is taking place, already took place, and there are some further competitions coming, especially 2018 in Russia, the World Cup of tent pegging. I think one of the best things about tent pegging is we don't have the issue of transporting the horses from country to country, where we actually got the horses from the inviting country that will lend the horses to the competitors, and things are working very well. So I'm very happy that the Asian Federation is mentioning this sport, which is getting more popular. And I think if we would increase the competitions within the Asian countries, I think that this will increase the popularity of the sport. And we in Oman have so many riders who are actually in increase, and I think also the other countries have so many riders who are also in the number of increase. So I think maybe it is a good chance for us also to mention this here in the Asian Equestrian Federation, to also ask the members if they would like to have the knowledge or whatever the required for the sports. We are willing also to assist in that side. So thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Said Nander, and thank you for mentioning that.
Thank you, Mr. President, all Bureau members, and all the delegates. I'm speaking now as the President of the Indonesian National Federations, and I really would like to show my highest appreciation for the Asian Equestrian Federation for the sponsorship of the supporting the horses to come to Indonesia next year, and as the host country, we really appreciate that so much. Thank you very much for all.
Thank you too.
Good afternoon, President, fellow Bureau member, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, all the colleagues. I would like to report on finance. According to the statute, our account now is kept in Korea. We have a meeting yesterday in the Bureau. We will transfer the office of AEA will be transferred to Qatar. Then we have two accounts in the Korea. One is 67,792.10 US dollar, which is contribution from the former president. And then the other one account is kept in US dollar, which is our subscription. Every year we pay 800 US dollar. We have 112,000. So I need the decision of the Bureau yesterday. We will transfer the money immediately, as soon as possible, to Qatar, and then the management of the account, according to our statute, our article, that President and the Secretary will manage the account. So that's all I will report. Do we need to show a hand to manage it officially, that this account will be